Hi and welcome. My name is Rachel Donnelly from Rachel Donnelly Life, and today I'm going to be talking about why I quit my job at 55 and decided to live abroad and create an online business. I created this channel because I wanted to share with other people who may be going through the same thing as me, which was I came to a crossroads in midlife and started to feel like, is this it? Or is there something more? So today I want to share with you three of the reasons, that's the dog, and three of the reasons why I'm in Vietnam now and living here and enjoying a new life, traveling and living abroad and creating a new life. So let's get started. So reason one is I was feeling like life was getting very stale. There's a neighbor there. I felt like life was getting very stale and repetitive, and I don't know if this resonates with you, but I felt really like it was time for a new chapter. I'd traveled before and I'd worked online, but then I met my husband, I moved to Australia and started doing a full-time job again. And although my life was good and I really enjoyed my job, and I was also very happily married, everything's comfortable, but I felt really there was time for a change. So that's the reason why maybe you can resonate with that yourself, is that you feel either stuck, life is a bit repetitive, or you feel you're just living on autopilot. Okay, reason two is because life circumstances change. So this is a really interesting one. So life, as you know, everybody knows, life doesn't stay the same. So in my case, for instance, as I told you before, I moved to live in Australia with my husband, and it meant for a while there's a lot of things I had to take care of, like I had to deal with visa, getting employment, eventually citizenship. Then COVID also was a factor because it caused a lockdown, unable to travel. And so I put a lot of things on hold. I know I'm not the only one. I'm sure you have your stories as well. So what happened is, in 2024, I woke up one day and I said, circumstances are not the same. I've now got my citizenship, finally. COVID is finished. And now I have got the freedom for a new chapter. I'm sure maybe, if you take time to reflect, maybe that's your situation. For many years, you may have said, no, I can't because of this and because of that. For instance, for other people, I don't have children, but for other people, maybe your children have now left home and you're going, you know what? I've got more time all of a sudden. What am I going to do with it? And then you come to that crossroads and go, what am I going to do now? Or it could be also that relationships have changed. Maybe you suddenly find yourself alone and you've suddenly got a whole new world that has opened up to you, and you go, what am I going to do with it? I have a lot of time now, it's just me. Then there's the other thing where now, as retirement is getting nearer, we start to think about slowing down on what we're going to do in our lives. And then another thing which can be very difficult to deal with but also can make you think is, like, sometimes people lose their employment unexpectedly, and suddenly they go, so what do I do now? Maybe it's an opportunity to try something new that maybe you had not even had time to think about. So that's number two, which is like life circumstances changing, which in my case was the reason why, the second reason why I decided to leave Australia and start a new life, living abroad and creating an online business. The last reason for today that I'm going to share with you, which is reason three, is the fact that as we get older, we realize that time goes very fast. Like when you look back on the last 10 years, you go, oh my goodness, where did that go? And so that's what happened to me. I was thinking, those last 10 years have gone by so quickly. The next 10 years are also going to go very fast. How do I want to be living my life then? And I realized, you know what, for me, I've always loved traveling, I've loved meeting new people, I've also loved, in the past I've worked for myself. I want that freedom again, and I want to experience some new things. So that's why I decided to quit my job and leave Australia and go living and traveling again. So those three things, the reason I'm sharing them today is I know that I'm not the only person that comes to this crossroads of midlife. I'm sure you've been there. Maybe you're there right now. And so I want to open other people's minds to not just accept what most people accept is this is the order of things. I'm going to work really hard till I get to 55, doing my standard normal 9-to-5 job, and then go, what's next for me? What am I going to do now? Why not think before that? And that's going to be part of my other reason, which I'm going to share in the next video, the other 3 reasons why I decided to quit my job and start this new life abroad. But I really want to thank you so much for listening, for following me. If you find this really helpful and inspiring, please click like and subscribe, and get ready for my next video to tell you the other 3 reasons why you might be considering making a change in your midlife. So stay tuned. Bye.